consultation, what that looks like is it's basically meeting with the CAPS counselor. It's not a therapy appointment. Therapy would be talking, having a safe space to talk about emotions. And so this is more of sort of like an interview to find out what a mental health interview to find out what you are seeking services for and to determine how to best meet your needs. And then based upon the assessment, we would then determine where we can best refer you to either for the longer term counseling, groups, workshops, or the short-term counseling. And then true or false, actually, we have a little time for this. Everything I talk about is confidential. What do y'all think? True or false? For those that might be familiar or know about what the answer might be for this, or you can just guess.
Well,
for the counseling setting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
For the most part, it is confidential. However, there is an exception when and or if there's potential harm to yourself or to others, then that's when it's reported. But other than that, everything should be confidential.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. Yes. So you're exactly right. So not everything is confidential, but for the most part, many things are confidential. So most of what you share is confidential. There's just a couple of exceptions. And just as you mentioned, the exceptions have to do with harm to self or harm to others, or if there's any mention of child abuse or elder abuse, not necessarily the person that's getting the counseling is doing the child abuse or elder abuse, but just any mention of that. We're mandated reporters, so we have to make sure that we are able to, thank you, Chelsea, yes, correct, that's false. We are able to get individuals the support that they need. So those are just a couple of exceptions to confidentiality. Crisis appointments, I talked about a little bit earlier. So this is if a student's experiencing current thoughts of harming themselves, harming somebody else, current psychosis. So if they're seeing or hearing things other people are not seeing or hearing, or have experienced trauma in the past 2 weeks. And so we have crisis counselors available that work at CAPS Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And then we have our after hours counselors as well that we hire. So just do know that we are available for students. Okay. The groups I mentioned already, awesome. And U is amazing. This is the website for you, ufullerton.edu. Again, it's a free resource. It has awesome information. If you want to learn more about grounding that we talked about earlier, there is actually an article, short article. It's vetted by mental health professionals. So everything that is posted on that platform is vetted and approved by mental health professionals. And again, this college pays for that for students. And I think they pay quite a bit of, I forget how much it is, but it was quite a bit when I last heard about it. So definitely check that out. These are a couple of resources available. Our website has a lot of valuable information. If you are an Instagram person, feel free to follow us on our Instagram account. We have all of our updated information there. So we'd love to have you connecting with us in that way. And Alvin, I can send you this PowerPoint if helpful too. I know that you're recording it, but it might be helpful to have this as well if you'd like. Okay, so I have just a few minutes. If anybody has any questions or any questions for me or any comments about anything that we talked about, I'd love to open it up to the group. I think it looks like we're okay then. All right, well, I want to just thank you all for having me here today. And just as a reminder, our mental health is very important. It's just as important as our physical health. And mental health and self-care is definitely a necessity to maintain, not a luxury. And so just do know that we are here to support you, and that with all these different resources, I encourage checking them out. They are really valuable. Is this recording will be provided? Yes, this recording will be on your YouTube channel that Alvin will be sharing in the future. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think I personally want to thank you, Jacqueline, again for taking this time to address mental health and what CAPS has to offer for us. I know we can stay a little bit afterwards if anyone wants to ask any questions or any additional
Sure.
questions. But with that, I really want to thank everyone for attending this event and be on the lookout for future events through EICC. As Jacqueline mentioned, I'm going to add not only our website, IG, but also the YouTube link where this video will be posted, as well as past events that have occurred that we've recorded as well. So be on the lookout for that. But again, thank you everyone for attending, and we'll stick around a little bit for any last minute questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think I've met you before. Your name just looks really familiar. I think I've emailed you before, actually. Yes. How are you?
Good, good. So I just wanted to thank you for, on behalf of the college and from Dean Kurtman, just really wanted to, sorry for all the dogs in the back.
I understand. I have my cat. My cat was crying. I hope y'all didn't hear her. She was trying to get it.
I didn't hear it at all. But just wanted to really thank you for this, because right now, there's just a lot of students struggling. A lot of people, all of us are. And this was actually really helpful for me, the imposter syndrome part, because I'm a doctoral student.
Right.
I struggle a lot with that part, and in my role as assistant dean and then also as a student. So yeah, everything was very helpful. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And thank you for sharing your story too. I think that's so helpful for students to hear that. Being a doctoral student, that's so powerful. Thank you.
I think this issue, I mean, I've been struggling with imposter syndrome for so many years now. And it's something that, like I understand some strategies and stuff and I implement them, but it always creeps in,
Back up.
Yeah, it comes in. And so I tell students, how important it is to just be real and be honest about it, and find a support group, a safe space where you can talk about it. So.
Right, exactly. And I think helpful to build a case. Sometimes when we have those messages, we start kind of thinking about the case that we're building in support of that message, but we have a case that combats it too. So kind of trying to balance that and see what that looks like. But yeah, I think having the support group is super helpful as well.
Thank you.
I just want to add, this is for Diana. I know a lot of my peers have reached out to you. So I just want to let you know that your name has come up so many times in our group chats, but in an amazing positive light in that sense. So that do know that a lot of students in my program especially has reached out and really advocated how much support you're giving us as grad students specifically.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I feel like, I don't know, I'm always thinking, what can I do better? How can I reach out to this group? I'm always trying to figure out which group is missing that connection with me, because I know there's certain programs and students who are constantly connecting with me, and I'm reaching out to them, but I don't hear from other groups. And I always wonder, what is it that I'm not doing that is not building that connection, or what's happening, and how can I improve, my communication style or whatever, so I can make sure we all connect. So I really appreciate that comment, because I know that that there's students in all programs who are struggling, but I know that there's specifically in certain programs things that have happened that the students just need extra layer of support. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you all. It was so nice to meet you all, and I hope you have a great evening. Albin, I'll send you the PowerPoint that you're welcome to share with students.
Thank you. I will.
Thank you.
Well, have a great day, everyone. Have a great
night.
evening.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.